Hi, I'm Rita Wilkins, also known as the Downsizing Designer. So today I'm going to talk about a sensitive subject because so many of you have reached out to me and said, life has changed for me this year. And so how do I celebrate the holidays? How do I let go? How do I be kind to myself and create traditions that fit my life now? So that's what today's subject is all about. And I'm sensitive to it because my life has changed a little bit this year as well. And there's something about the holidays that make change feel even louder. That empty chair, a tradition that just no longer fits, or a house that was full of noise is suddenly very quiet. So whether your life has shifted because of divorce or widowhood, maybe someone's become ill, or maybe you're an empty nester, or just maybe navigating a new chapter of your life. The holidays have a way of spotlighting what once was and what no longer is there. So if you're feeling overwhelmed or unsure how to do the holiday this year, when everything feels so different, you're not alone. And so many people find this time of year to be beautiful and yet bittersweet. So each one eventually asks the same version of this question, like, who am I now, and how do I have a holiday that makes sense for this version of the new me? And the answer begins with letting go gently and intentionally and compassionately of what was. So letting go of those old expectations. So most of us grew up with a script of what the holidays would be like. This is how it's supposed to look. This is how it's supposed to be and feel. And then when life changes, those old scripts can feel very heavy, unrealistic, and actually sometimes painful. So divorce reshapes the family dynamic. Widowhood brings those waves of grief, and an emptiness changes the rhythm of and routines of the holidays. So even joyful transitions like a big move or of retirement, that can leave your holiday expectations feeling a little outdated. So what you really start to do is just release the pressure of should. So you don't have to do all of these things. You don't have to host the big parties. You don't have to host the big dinners. You don't have to cook a full dinner. You don't have to decorate every single corner or pretend that everything is the same. And most of all, you don't have to force yourself into traditions that just don't fit anymore. So when life shifts, the holidays don't have to look as they did before. There's no right or wrong and a way to celebrate. There's only what supports you, nourishes you, and feels manageable to you right now. So one thing you might want to consider doing is to give yourself permission to say, this year it's different. It's not a failure. It's not. It's just an acknowledgement and a sign of emotional maturity and self-compassion. So holidays aren't about perfection. They're about connection, and connection begins with the truth. So be kind to yourself in this season. Transitions can be exhausting emotionally, mentally, and also physically. So if you're feeling a little bit more fragile this year, tired or overwhelmed, that doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It just means that you're being human. So here are a few gentle ways to treat yourself this holiday season. One is to lower the bar of expectations and lowering the bar on purpose. So good enough is good enough. And decorate maybe one corner of your home instead of the whole house. Excuse me. Make one favorite dish instead of the full big spread. And then buy cookies, use paper plates. Let it all be easy. And then the second thing is to protect your energy. So you're allowed to decline invitations, leave early, or choose quiet over chaos. and make it okay for you to rest. Your emotional bandwidth is not unlimited, and that's all okay. So allow those waves of of grief. Grief will show up, and then the thing is just let it. And if nostalgia shows up, let it, just honor it. And if joy shows up, welcome it. So you don't have to choose one emotion. They can all coexist. And then another thing is to talk to someone who understands. So a friend, a sibling, a support group, someone that might be going through what you're going through, or have gone through what you're going through. Sometimes saying this is harder than I expected is enough to just kind of lighten the load. And so you can hold both the past and the present without forcing yourself to pretend. So this is actually a kindness that you deserve. So reinventing your holidays, create what fits you right now. So letting go of the old doesn't mean giving up on joy. It means making space for a holiday season that reflects who you are right now, and rather than who you were 5 years ago. So think of it like designing a new tradition with intention. You might want to ask yourself, what matters most to you right now? Who do you want to spend time with this year? What do you want this season to feel like? And what do you need emotionally, spiritually, and also practically? Then allow those answers to be your guide, and let go of the old expectations. So a few simple reinventions that people find healing are just a lighter holiday. So that means a small gathering, a small menu, fewer commitments, more peace. All of those certainly help. And then also a memory ritual. So maybe lighting a candle for someone that you miss, cooking for one in a recipe that you love, and make it what you want it to be. And then just telling stories. And then maybe a new location. So just a good getaway, a volunteer day, going to a friend's home, or a quiet retreat to breathe and reset. So a new tradition that's meaningful to you is what is called for. So it could be a gratitude walk, a simple brunch, a holiday movie night, a craft or project that you enjoy, or a choose one gift rule, or a service project, or a donation in honor of someone that you love. So sometimes the smallest things make the biggest emotional difference. So remember, your holiday doesn't have to impress anyone. It only has to support you. So when life changes, holidays change with you, and you should change also. There's a freedom to create something calmer, simpler, and more aligned with your heart. So if this holiday season feels different or difficult for you, please know you're not failing. You're navigating a moment and a transition with courage. Let yourself let go of those old expectations, take care of yourself, and give yourself permission to reinvent this season into something that feels comforting and peaceful to you, and true to the person that you're becoming. So the holiday can evolve just like you do, and sometimes those new, quieter, more intentional celebrations are the ones that make you finally feel at home. So I hope this helps, and I know so many people are going through it, and I do hope that you have a very happy holiday, and one that is good for you right now.